Okay, so we have Consul General Renato Pedro Villa, and he will update Eagle News on the absentee voting results in Washington, D.C. and other U.S. territories. And of course, our Bureau Chief in Washington, D.C., Eliza Gonzalez-Manglikmot reports.
On May 13, the Philippine midterm elections in the Philippines will happen, but those outside the Philippines with voting privileges or absentee voting privileges, the casting of ballots has already started. Joining Eagle News again today is Consul General Renato Pedro Villa to update us on how the absentee voting is in this part of the world. Thank you again, Consul General, for joining us.
Salamat din sa pagkakataong ito na ipaalam kung ano nang nangyari sa overseas absentee voting dito sa Washington, D.C.
Nung mga nakaraang linggo po, binisita po namin kayo and we asked you about how the absentee voting is. On May 3, we received an announcement po that all ballots were mailed and for our Filipino kababayans, registered voters to accomplish and mail back. Since that day po, how we see the boxes here po, how has the response been, Consul General?
In fact, all the ballots were mailed April 30.
Oh, April 30.
Then, as of now, mga 2,500 pa lang ang aming natatanggap na bumalik out of some 37,000. Dito sa US, sa sakop ng Washington, including the southern states, meron tayong 34,000 na ballots. In the Caribbean Islands, meron 3,000. So sa ngayon, 2,500 pa lang. Ngunit meron tayong natanggap na ng mga bulk na shipment of ballots from the islands. We will still be counting them because we just received them today.
A few days ago also, you traveled to the Cayman Islands to deliver ballots. Were you able to ask also how they are there?
We asked the Filipino community leaders there to distribute the ballots and then send them back. Yun nga, and then we hope to receive them before May 13.
Conjen, you have observed and have been part of overseas voting in different parts of the world, Kuwait and some countries in the Middle East. Based on your experience and your observation, how significant are votes from Filipino overseas workers or Filipinos overseas?
The overseas Filipinos, their sense of the importance of voting has increased through the years. And but of course there are certain limitations, like in the Middle East, like in Saudi Arabia, masyadong malaki yung lugar. So ang system doon is personal voting, so hindi masyado malaki yung turnout. Because of that, at sa Kuwait, yung huli kong posting, ang karamihan ng ating mga kababayan doon ay mga domestic workers. At it depends kung papayagan sila nung kanilang employers na pupunta sa embahada para bumoto. So yun ang mga restriction, but they are really very enthusiastic na makaboto and to participate sa future ng ating bansa.
Before we let you go po, what's your message to our kababayans, especially those under your care here in US and the other territories?
Sisikapin namin mas mapabilis yung proseso, and we will make some recommendations sa COMELEC para mangyari ito. At meron ulit tayo, yung registration naman to vote ay is continuing o tuloy-tuloy. So mangyayari ito sa December, for the December this year, magsisimula for the presidential elections naman sa 2022. So hinihikayat ko na magparehistro na yung mga hindi pa nakapagparehistro. Dahil sa entire US, 224,000 pa lamang ang nakakapagparehistro, and we have some, palagay ko na yung mga nag-dual citizen at yung mga hindi pa US citizen at meron lamang green card ay umaabot na mahigit na 2 million. So malaki pa yung ating yung base na kailangan pang magparehistro.
And if they do, malaking pong bagay pag makakaboto silang lahat.
Yung malaking ang bagay at mas malaki ang magiging impluensya nila sa pagpapalakad ng ating gobyerno sa Pilipinas.
Thank you very much, Consul General, for joining us again.
Salamat.
Thank you. There we have it, an update from Consul General Renato Pedro Villa here at the Consular Office of the Philippine Consulate in Washington, D.C. For Eagle News, I am Eliza Gonzalez Manglekmot, one with